Welcome back to the channel, guys. Another new series. I'm kind of at this point known for new series, right? Series? Should I sell this? Should I sell this gun? Well, first, gotta shoot it. Huh. Well, okay, that's a good start then. This is the M&P Shield 45. You probably don't have one of these, and I almost didn't have one of these, because why would you have one of these? Is this the gun you need to protect yourself in this day and age? It's a shield, so it's narrow, okay? It's a 45, so it's a single stack, and because it's a subcompact gun, kind of, it's not going to hold a lot. 6 rounds, okay, or 6 plus 1. We'll get into that in a moment here. But so not a lot of ammo. Is it enough firepower? Well, we'll get into that in a second. So I'm going to get some more ammo, some more mags here. So we do have extended mags. This is the only mag that I'm aware of that has where the magazine body itself is the same, but then the base pad is extended like that, and so it tells you +1 based on, well, the base pad. So shoot a little more here. Now this would be, right, concealed carry gun inside the waistband. That's not horrible, but is it what I need? Is it what I want? There you go. Yep. Missing. Okay. That was not a lot of rounds. I can tell you, I am used to more rounds than that. So maybe look over my shoulder here and let's get a feel for just how it's smacking that steel. Look at this. Got the little one here. Oh, last round. Watch the little, if I can hit that. Nope. I was hitting it before. Yeah. So now I got my defensive ammo in here. So I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is. Hollow points, right? And this is the good stuff. Whatever that is the good stuff. And I'll see with a regular grip, right? Which isn't horrible. That grip isn't horrible, but it's not great. The gun's also pretty narrow. It's not particularly comfortable shooting this. So I'm not even hitting it, but I actually feel like that ammo might be as spicy or slightly less spicy than the hand loads that I had right there. So that's a little bit of a surprise. Okay. Huh. Well, let's take a look at the trigger. So this is the the 2.0 trigger. So basically, the Shield 45, in my opinion, was actually the first generation of the Shield 2.0. It's not called the 2.0, but it does have the 2.0 grip, the better grip texture, has the front slide serrations, and this trigger is a little bit better. Now remember, Shield 2.0 is not the same as Shield Plus. The Shield Plus had a different trigger versus just the 2.0. And of course they never called this the 2.0. This was released this way as the Shield 45. They have not released another version of it. It's been around for a few years now, and it's unpopular. I would say just not a lot of people really like this. We can look closer. You can see the sights. It's regular white dot sights or whatever. It does have grip safety, a manual safety on the right side, or left side for righties. Slide lock doesn't work real great. It's about as bad as the other ones. It's just not an amazing gun. That being said, this is, if you're a 45 guy, if you like 45s, you have a 1911, you carry that, you probably only have 7 rounds. Is that what it is? 7 rounds in a 45 mag? And you've got 7 rounds in a flush fit, or 6, yeah, 6 plus 1 in a flush fit grip like that. That could be enough to defend yourself. And it is still pretty narrow. It's ever so slightly wider than a regular Shield, or Shield Plus, same width, but. And it's not just a 3-inch barrel, it's a 3.3, I believe, slightly longer. I think it really just matters. Do you need 45? Are you able to sacrifice less rounds for a higher stopping power, right? If you feel 45 is what you need, if you feel it's better than 9mm, then this might be the thing for you. But if you just want more rounds, well, then that's different. So I do have, we got Shield Plus, right? This is with 13 rounds in this mag. And this could be, in most of people's opinions, this is better. And so back to the question, should I keep this gun? Should I keep this Shield 45? I don't quite know yet. So I'm gonna run a few of these quick. Now I am using a red dot with this, obviously, but the recoil, okay, that doesn't lock back, but so let's run another mag through of this. See if I got, I'm gonna have to load up a little more here. We'll do one more mag of the defensive ammo. So that felt a little spicier. Maybe it's just because I went from 9mm to this, just, you know, at the moment. Yeah, it rocks you. It bounces you around a little bit. In a lot of cases, that just feels cool. It's fine. But how fast do you want to be able to shoot? How fast do you need your sights back on target? And how many rounds do you want to have with you? So, all right. I'll take a little break here, and then we'll finish our final conclusions in a moment. All right, so this is actually at the end, but I'm going to put it in the middle of the video here. After shooting a little bit, and then I loaded up some mags, and my wife shot it. And at first, she was actually a little bit, she's like, wow, that actually looks like a lot of recoil. And, you know, even just loading up the mags, and she'd seen 45 before, she's like, wow, that looks, you know, there's a joke in there somewhere. And so, but she shot it, and she's like, holy cow. And then she liked it, so we went through, she shot another box or so. She shot 50 rounds of it. And, she liked it. But she pointed out a couple things I want to talk about. So again, the 45. I don't know if the background, if this is lighting well or not. If that makes a difference, but. And she noted that I didn't really notice this, but like the narrow, the grip, the dimension of it is Here's my OG Shield Plus. This is the Shield Plus. The grip on the Shield Plus is slightly wider than the grip on the 45. Now, why is that? That's because the Shield Plus is a double stack, or it's wider. And so this is pretty comfortable to hold and to shoot because there is some width around it too. But the narrowness of this, and then how long, I guess, how long the grip is, makes for I think, an uncomfortable gun. But my wife thinks it's pretty comfortable. She liked how her hand fit up in the beaver tail fairly well. She felt, and I was watching, she wasn't having to adjust her grip again with her right hand. She's got a good grip, and so that was fine. But she was having a tough time lining up her hands for her support hand. Now for me, I guess my grip is more like this, and that works for me. And for some people, they grip more like this, and I think that's what she was doing. So anyway, I don't know what that means, but that's just something more that we thought of. Especially, think about this. Again, I said this was the original 2.0 of the Shields. I believe that after they made the Shield, which is like 2012 or something like that, right? The original Shield, something like 2012, maybe earlier. The 1.0, right, the first gen, and then they did it in 9mm, and they did it in 40 cal because that was cool back then. And they made it so the grip, the width of the grip was the same dimension, and the outside dimension of the magazines were the same dimension for 9mm and for 40. And the inside dimensions were narrower for 9mm. Anyway, they're like, well, 40 and 9mm people like that, let's make one in 45. They probably did the same thing, upscaled it just a little bit with the same grip, and then people are shooting it, they're like, nope, not gonna work. This is not gonna be enough grip because that original Shield was so smooth, basically slippery. And so they're like, well, people keep asking for more grip, let's upgrade it. And so they did. What were you saying?
Oh, I really like the grip. I like how it cut up my hand a little bit.
Okay. So, yeah, it really sticks in your hand. It doesn't fly around. I mean, it's aggressive. It chews your hand up a little bit if you're not used to it. But so I think that they slightly upgraded the trigger when they went to the 2.0 Shield, and they definitely upgraded the grip, as we know, with the 45. And so then they carried those things on. But this definitely was released after the original Shield 9 and Shield 40, and before the Shield 2.0 9 and 40. And I think, I think it's the precursor. It's the original 2.0, but it doesn't say 2.0 on it. Other than that, I think I continued to hit left with that, and I don't know if it's actually lined up different or not. Oh wow, you know what? That's kind of strange. If you look really closely, right here, see the gap between the outside of the sight there and right there? Okay, let's do this. We're going way off the rails here. We got something. Oh. I thought we were looking at this surface. Okay. Oh, sorry. I thought that was the gap, but this is the gap. I don't know if you can see that. And this is to the left slightly than that one. See that there? So in conclusion, I'm not a bad shot. It is the gun. So yeah, I think that this is actually, the sights are off just a little bit. They're shifted to the left. Sights are to the left, and so that means that the gun is basically to, how am I saying that? It means if the sights are to the left and the back, it means the moves the barrel to the left in the front. Is that a good way to describe that? So, yeah, again, not my fault. All right, back to the rest of the video, which I filmed earlier.
How do if I want to film, how do I do
Use the joystick. There you go.
You're going to cut all that out anyways.
No, I'll leave that in.
No, I just want to be like, look at how cool this bag is. I can't really film it that good though. Kind of a weird.
How close in there can you get to it? Bring it right
Like
in. Aim it down again.
Yeah.
Get right up to that ammo. See how it stays in focus.
Oh wow. Oh wait, it's not in focus anymore. Maybe a little bit.
Then you can double tap it, and there you go.
And then it's you.
Okay, we're back here. Let's see. Let's take a good close look at this recoil. Oh, that was that's pre-staging the trigger a little early. Man. So that's really not a very good representation probably, but again, that's just with a flush fit mag, and the nice thing is that it's still a good enough grip that you don't need an extended grip to have the extended mag to have the grip you probably need. That being said, you most likely want, where is it? Again, you probably want that extra round for defense. You want the extra, you might want the longer grip. So, wow, the longer mag with an extra round. So, I think maybe it's a little bit left, or I'm not shooting very straight. So, yeah, not a lot of rounds. So one nice thing is that these mags are not so tight that they won't easily close on a closed slide. They fit pretty easy, okay? Whereas some mags, the newer modern mags, are like you stuff so many rounds in there that they don't. The springs are kind of tight, so. Yeah, I feel I'm not as accurate with this. Could possibly be the shortish, what do you call it? The sight radius. I think I'm also probably not like having the right stance. My wife's really good about encouraging me with that. So let's see, we're almost out here. We got 2 mags left. This one just has 5 rounds in it, actually. So I'll see how close I can get on some of these. Okay, so that's the little guy. Why don't you look over my shoulder on this one? See how many times I can smack this little one. All about smacking little ones, I guess. There we go. Nope. Look at that thing just flying. My groups are left on a lot of these, so I don't really know. I don't know exactly if that is a problem or not. Okay, let's go around the horn. Around the horn. Nope. Missed that one. Let's see if I can hit that far. What is that? About 30 yards, maybe 35 yards. Nope. Yeah. Well, I'm not saying I don't want to keep this gun. I'm not saying it's going to be sold. But I'm saying I'm not going to carry it. I don't think it's really for that. I think it's kind of just a... If it was a range toy, it would be a cooler gun, right? It would be a more pleasant gun to shoot. That would make it a range toy. This isn't really. Now again, if a guy was into 45, if 45 ACP was the one you wanted, You probably have a nice 1911. You might even have a Chris Vector in 45 ACP, and maybe this would be your deep concealment, your concealed carry gun. And I guess it's really, I think brand new, they're 400 bucks. The mags are kind of expensive. They're about 38 bucks a piece. But I bet you could find these, if I was gonna sell this now, just the gun, if no one wanted extra mags, I'd probably sell this for 300 bucks. With the mags, I have several mags I would sell for 400, so. Well, that's probably my conclusion. I'll give it someone else a chance to enjoy this. So I think I'm gonna sell it. There we go. That's it for now.
That's cool.
We load a mag for you?
What?
We load a mag for you? Shoot it?
I'm afraid to shoot.
Really? Does it look like it's bouncing around?
Yeah. I mean, you have a good handle on it. I feel like if I have
Well, it does. Oh, that's still recording. That's okay.